I'm Emefa Kuadey, and I'm the owner of Israella KOBLA, which is a women's ready-to-wear and accessories brand based here in Toronto, and we operate on a made-to-order basis. Before the pandemic, I was really setting up business to be selling wholesale. So I was meeting with fabric vendors, I was meeting with local manufacturers, and just trying to get all of that set up. I launched my debut collection at Vancouver Fashion Week last year. So it was kind of in line with getting everything ready to start selling wholesale and approaching the wholesale retailers as well. And then with the pandemic, it kind of just halted everything. And I was really just watching how relationships with designers and, big retailers were crumbling, and how orders were being canceled, and so many kind of things that I wouldn't be able to handle as a small business. So I just put a pause on everything for a moment. A big thing, like I said, I just took a moment to just stop and really reevaluate everything, and reevaluate my actual business model as well, and look critically at why I wanted to be selling wholesale and what the motivations behind kind of all the decisions that I had made up to that point were. And so one of the big things was I started looking at ways to, one, just be more sustainable, because my kind of clothing and the aesthetic I have, realistically, I'm never going to sew with, organic cotton jersey or something like that. So I think, there's not just one way of being sustainable and one way of being ethical. So I really looked at ways to make my business that, but that also stay true and on brand. So one of the things that I came up with was going and operating on a made-to-order basis. Like overproduction in the fashion industry is such a huge issue that we all know about. And this was kind of a foolproof way of avoiding that, whilst also building in a kind of slow and organic way, and connecting directly with my customer as well, which I think, especially in times like this, it's just shown how important that kind of connection with your customer and your woman and the person you're trying to sell to, how important that is. So I really just reevaluated all of those steps. I had to basically create a home studio. Like all of the shared spaces I had used previously were closed down. Luckily, I do sew, so I didn't have to stop completely because I was relying on other people. But the whole mass production aspect was definitely kind of curtailed, but I've really seen it as a blessing in disguise, because now I can just build systematically, build organically, and really just connect with people along the way. We just reintroduced our Free From Captivity lookbook. We did a collaboration with a local photographer, William Uko. And so that's what we're rolling out now on our website and on Instagram as well. And just finding new ways to really connect with our customers. So right now we have a kind of anniversary sale. We turned 1 in July. So we have an anniversary sale, a little bit belated, but going on until the end of October. And I'm behind the scenes, I'm also working on the second collection as well. I'm not operating anymore on a seasonal calendar. The whole idea is to build the pillars that build a woman's wardrobe. So the second collection, everything is very timeless, very pieces that you can wear now and pieces you can wear in 10 years' time. And the quality of the construction and the work I put into it, everything is with the intention for you to keep it for as long as you want to keep it. So yeah, those are some of the things that are going on behind the scenes, and slowly people are starting to buy, maybe in anticipation of things being open up again, more going out pieces. And so I'm also fulfilling orders on the side as well. I would say the biggest challenge is my product offering. You know, nobody is going to, you know, celebrations, going to dinners, and there's no need for you to have more, you know, outgoing clothing, you know, and not only that, people are really cutting back on their expenses as well. You know, instead of buying new things, they're looking into their closet to see how they can revamp what they already had. So one thing I was encouraged to do was really start selling masks as well, just to even just push Israella KOBLA out there so people know, okay, they know about us, and when the time comes, you know, they've got a kind of gateway into the brand at a reasonable price point as well. So yeah, I would say the products offering has been the biggest challenge, and just again having access to those creative spaces as well. It's exhausting. You know, it can be frustrating, it can be all of those things, as well as it can be fun. And one thing I've really just learned through this whole time is to really take time when you need time. You know, that's what my word for 2020, even before the pandemic hit, was balance, because I felt like I was always hustling and never recuperating. So that's one big lesson I've learned through this whole time, is to just pause. Life goes on. Everything will be okay if you take one day off. So really just pause when you need to. I think it was just to have that kind of input into different ways that you can really rethink your business, and the access to the programming and to the advisors as well. It's always good to just see things from different perspectives. So it was the advisors, it was the networking opportunities, and also the programming that I thought it would be really good to just be exposed to that and kind of pick and choose what would work for what I'm doing. You can follow our journey along at Israella KOBLA on Instagram, and of course on the website israellakobla.com as well.